Hello and welcome to the newspaper review on TAP TV. Of course, this is where we analyze and dissect trending and catchy headlines every day. My name is Obed Jerry, your host for today, and this is me wishing you a very happy new month. I hope this month brings joy and peace to you. All right, we are at the streets of Port Harcourt to get to see what people in the streets have to say as regards the headlines making rounds on the newspapers. You can also be a part of the show. Do well to subscribe, turn on the notification button, follow us across all our social media platforms so that you get to receive notifications of our videos. All right, let's get to look into the stories for today. We'll be looking at the Daily Sun newspaper. We see at the top story it reads, CBN moves to reduce banks' risk exposure. Sub-story under that reads, releases new compliance template to sanction defaulters. Details found on page 2. We see at the banner story it reads, River State political actors continue fight. Sub-story under that reads, courts order arrest, non-arrest of Governor Fubara's chief of staff, 5 orders. Details found on page 6. Insecurity, Governor Mutfwang moves to end killings, constitute security committee. Details found on page 6. Shake-up in police as PSC appoints 10 CPs for Akwa Ibom, Benue, Delta, FCT orders. Details found on page 4. PDP won't merge with any party, says Bode George. Sub-story under that reads, advises Atiku to support emergence of Southern candidates in 2027. Details found on page 28. Tinubu rejects classifying Nigerians over cybercrime. Details found on page 6. Probe on Nigerian air ongoing, says Keyamo. He says no local airline will be flag carrier. Details found on page 25. Terrorism, EFCC links 7 billion naira to religious body, accuses faith organization of protecting money laundering. Details found on page 6. Tinubu will commission Abuja light rail during first anniversary, assure Wike. Details found on page 8. Police arrest suspected kidnapper, recovers 8.5 million naira in Taraba. Details found on page 4, and that's all we'll be taking on the Daily Sun newspaper. All right, moving on to the Nation's newspaper, we see as headline here reads, 20 die in Imo oil explosion. Sub-story under that reads, police to begin probe. Details found on page 2. Confusion over court's order on arrest of Fubara's chief of staff. Details found on page 4. Rumpus in federal civil service over redeployment of permanent secretaries. Details found on page 27. NDDC to inaugurate Abia Akwa Ibom Link Road. Details found on page 6. You can see here it says CBN worries over banks' excessive forex exposure. Sub-story under that reads, Senate invites Cardoso over Naira depreciation. Details found on page 2. Obaseki firm seals 228 billion naira deal on Bini Asaba Expressway. Details found on page 4. You can see as headline on the main story here reads, EFCC traces 7 billion naira fraud cash to religious group. Sub-story under that reads, agency uncovers faith-based group laundering money for terrorists. If you want to know more of the story, please pick a copy of the Nation's newspaper and turn into page 5. Army seizes illegal refinery with 5 million litres of stolen crude. Details found on page 4. Akpabio pledges National Assembly's backing on East-West Road completion. Details found on page 27. And that's all we'll be taking on the Nation's newspaper. And lastly on the dailies for today, we'll look at the Punch newspaper. We see as headline reads, Tinubu directs AGF Lokobiri to end $1.3 billion oil block dispute. Details found on page 20. Shareholders excited as Otedola becomes FBN Holdings chairman. Details found on page 20. Abductors flogged Ekiti school children, says proprietor. Details found on page 2. We can see as headline here reads, CBN orders bank to sell excess dollars in 24 hours. Sub-story under that read, banks may sell over $5 billion, says official. Cardoso faces Senate Tuesday over Naira fall. Details found on page 20. Military uncovers 5 million litres stolen crude in rivers. Details found on page 18. Delta governor orders suspended commissioner's probe. Details found on page 12. Edo, 4 kidnappers arrested after collecting ransom. Details found on page 5. Court stops Fubara's chief of staff's arrest. Details is found on page 26, and that's all we'll be taking on the Punch newspaper. Now let's get to see the reactions of people on the street. Let's get to hear what they have to say as regards these headlines. Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I would like your thoughts on the Nation's newspaper that says EFCC traces 7 billion naira fraud cash to religious group.
That means they carry some chemical.
For EFCC to come out to say this,
that is why if you rub soap for your
I believe there is something they discovered, but the information is not yet complete.
Exactly.
We need to know the religious group.
Very important.
And if you read down, you look at the details, it's like for terrorist group. And we know the people, the religion that is terrorizing Nigeria.
Exactly.
So let them fish them out if they want to do their work. That's what I have to say. We need to know the religious sect. We need to know how far they've gone. Now it says 7 billion, and you don't know how many that have gone before now, how many they've done and clean up.
Exactly.
So let them do their work. And when investigation is on, you don't say everything. And you allow them to do the investigation.
Yes, after that.
So you don't preempt anything. You don't talk from what you don't know from the point of ignorance. So let's allow them to do the investigation. But the only thing is that let this not be swept under the carpet. Now we saw it, we won't hear about it again. So that's the problem. If this is real, we need to know more.
And then, but now where the issue lies now is this EFCC boss is saying there is a restraint court order that is not permitting him to investigate these leaders.
The issue of court order restraining the EFCC, I think the law is there. If somebody goes to court, there must be a proof. Beyond every reasonable doubt that there must be a reason why you should not look into it. There is a law that empowered EFCC to do this job. So, which another law in the land now stopping the EFCC from doing their job. Something is wrong somewhere.
Something is fishy.
Which court? The Supreme Court? They should go to the higher court.
We also get
all these things are game and politics.
Too much.
Just watch.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I would like your thoughts on the Nation's newspaper that says confusion over court's order on arrest of Fubara's chief of staff.
Well, like it reads, there certainly needs to be a confusion. Why do they need? Why is the confusion necessary? The confusion is necessary because no one is certain to the fact that, oh, the chief of staff was the one who committed the crime, okay, so to say. So you can't just label somebody a thief when you've not caught him red-handed, okay? You can't say somebody is, the one in responsible for a particular crime without having been ascertained to the fact that, oh, he's actually the one that has committed the crime. So at that level, there needs to be a confusion. Okay? There certainly needs to be a confusion. Because you can't call me a thief when I'm not a thief. Okay? Or you've not caught me red-handed, or you've not had any proof to ascertain that you've not investigated the matter to know if I'm the one actually involved in the crime or not. So why would the court order for his arrest? What are the evidences to ascertain that, oh, he's the one that had committed the crime? No evidence has been laid. Okay, so ordering for his arrest, to me, it looks somehow. I'm not trying to justify the fact that he is not the one, okay? I'm not citing him. I'm not also citing the law, okay? Both parties are, that's why the confusion is there, okay? Because the law have not actually stated, ascertain whether he's the one or not. So why order for his arrest? What are those evidences that shows he's the one who committed the crime or is the one behind the crime, as the case may be? So to me, it's not the case as far as I'm concerned. It's not the case.
Now, see where the thing got worse is the first court says he should be arrested, while another court countered it and said he should not be arrested. So it's more like it's not even hovering around the chief of staff exactly. I feel like it's hovering around Rivers government and Rivers politics in general. It seems like there's a faction, there's a division between them.
You have a point there. Okay, I'm also thinking towards that direction because for two courts to be in confusion over a particular case, it goes to say there is a faction. Probably maybe one
They are
court
not working hand in hand.
Probably maybe one court is citing this other party and one court is citing some other party that wants him arrested. Okay, so I think this whole thing is political. As far as I'm concerned, with the whole look of things, I think it is political. Because presently in Rivers State, there has been this factional tussle. Okay, there has been this political unrest
Since last year.
leadership unrest since last year in the state. So some parties are citing, the former governor of the state. Some parties are citing the present governor of the state. So why all this confusion? To me, I feel if somebody is made a leader, the person should be allowed to, test his leadership prowess. Not trying to, boss over the person who is already a leader of the place. Nobody will accept that. Not even a little child. Okay? Nobody wants to accept that. If I'm the leader made by, my people, I should be allowed to, exercise my leadership prowess. As far as, the duration of my governance is concerned. Okay? If there's anybody wanting to bring in, good ideas, good contributions to better the, the affairs of the state, that should be done behind the scene, not trying to make it lording over the person who is a leader. That's the number one citizen of the state for the now. So anybody bringing his or her idea, the idea is secondary to whatever idea the person has. Okay, the number one citizen of the state has. I'm not also trying to say that the governor of the state shouldn't listen to good contributions, good ideas as to bettering the state, as to bringing in advancements in the state. No, that's not what I'm saying. But whichever idea, no matter how good it is, should be shared off the scene. Okay, should be shared off camera, so to say. Then the person, if reasonable enough, will look at those ideas and say, okay, I can actually apply this idea and better, the state. I think that's the best way it should be done. But trying to set up people, I'm not saying that's what it is. Okay? Trying to set up people to bring in confusion, to bring in divide in the political sector of the state is not necessary. Okay? And if you look at it carefully, it's still PDP.
So it's an internal thing.
It's an internal affair.
Because you should not bring it out to our hearing.
It's not nice. It's not nice. The former governor is a party man. The present governor is a party man. So why this whole confusion? If it were to be another party, we will understand at that level. And presently, we've not really heard of any tussle between the other parties and PDP as far as the state is concerned. It's still internal problem. Oh, this one not agreeing with the present governor, or supporters of the former governor not agreeing with the present governor. Like I heard in a commentary of this particular channel, I think there was one man when I was listening to this channel some times ago, a particular person came up and was talking against this present governor, trying to justify the acts and the deeds of the former governor, owing to the fact that the former governor is his own brother from the same locality. Are you getting me? Is that really necessary? We are in one state, for crying out loud.
Exactly.
So if we need the advancement of the state, it should be collaborative. We should have one purpose. We should have one goal. We should have one mindset. Okay? Not working against this person. If you look at these persons who are fighting against the present governor, there are still people who voted him into power.
Exactly.
So if you never wanted him to govern, if you never wanted him to be the leader of the state, why vote him into office? So I don't feel it's necessary.
All right, one last question. Now, what's your opinion as regards these two courts that have given order for him to be arrested and him not to be arrested? What should be done?
Truly, it's shameful to have two courts in a state of uncertainty of what should be and what is not. Okay, I feel it is shameful. They should go back and really look at the matter, whatever that is bringing, that confusion. They should look at it carefully. Is this person actually crime involved, or is he not? Then at that level, they will come to a conclusion that, okay, this person is, guilty of whatever charges or whatever crime laid against him. Then the law will take its course on him. But if they've looked at it carefully and they discover that this person is not liable of, whatever offense that is laid against him, the young man should be freed. Okay? So the court should go back and, look at
strategize
and investigate and come to certainty that, okay, this person is
a conclusion from both courts. Okay, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
I would like your thoughts on the Daily Sun newspaper that says Tinubu rejects classifying Nigerians over cyber crimes.
All right, my thoughts on that, based on the international and local arrangements, I would say that our youth nowadays, we are going just beyond just our local crafted mind, because we can see the rate of unemployment. So we have to look for something else and do. That means the cyber there is very wide and open for all of us to be employed and have something doing. So you wouldn't blame us if we go into meaningful, I would call it meaningful thing doing, because the government itself cannot provide for us.
So
that is how I see it.
So now the fault is from the government.
Of course, yes. The government has not been, they've not been able to grab the mind of the youth these days. We have so many skillful youth that are there unemployed, looking for what to do, and they are instead they are turning their skills into meaningful things by going into the cyber, doing something better for themselves. Well, you will not blame them that some of them go into fraudster, Yahoo and the rest, but those that are using it for themselves, they are doing something good with it.
But when you look at the number of the rating of cyber crimes, fraudsters now in Nigeria, it has gotten to a very high level, and we know that deep down also, how sure are we that if there are job opportunities, some of these persons would want to quit doing fraud?
Because our government does not have cyber security, they cannot secure it. They've not been able to secure our street, talking about securing this thing.
That entails technology.
Of course, yes. So we, the youth, are more developed technologically more than our government. That is why they are going for us.
Now, is it right for the president to talk against that rating? That why would they rate Nigerians at that number of cyber crime? Knowing fully well that some Nigerian youths indulge in cyber crime.
Actually, that is a cover-up. They are just trying to cover up their mess, because, as I said earlier, we are more developed. Our mindset is going more better than what they think we are. That is for the youth. So it's just a cover-up.
Some of them can actually channel their energy to positive angles, like building websites and discovering applications and all that. But some of them hopefully prefer to go into fraud. And you know that fraud is not a good thing to prescribe to anybody.
My brother, in terms of technological development, building website, is it not when you are okay that you go into all those? We are the youth of my dear country. We are hoping to have something to eat first before we think of that. So with the little knowledge that you have, you'll be able to look for what you eat first before you go into that. If it's a country where they are in support of technological development, they'll go into the street and fish all those guys out, and something good will come out of them. But in this case, we are looking for what to eat first.
All right, thank you very much. All right, this is where we come to the end of the show for today. Like I said earlier, you can also be a part of this show. Whatever topic or headline that has been discussed here that draws your attention, please slide to our comment section and drop your comments. Do not subscribe, turn on the notification button, follow us across all our social media platforms, so that when we drop videos like this, you get to receive it firsthand. My name is Obed Jerry, your host for today, and this has been the newspaper review here on TAF TV. Thank you.